Hey, Jean, can you hear me? I'm just fixing settings and all now, so give me a minute. Okay, good. I didn't have to struggle for an hour this morning. I didn't have to play for an hour to get it to work. Let me get my camera over here a little bit more. Oh. Move the light back. Okay, yes. Phil's got on his red, white, and blue sash. Hey, Melody. Good. Okay, you can hear me? Okay, now let me go look at my levels real quick. Let me go look at them. Recording devices, Logitech, levels. Okay, I think I just don't want it to sound like we're in a tunnel. I think I'm going to try I have a little external mic. I think I'm going to try that next time. Hey, Julie Topaz. Yeah, look, Phil's got on his little red, white, and blue sash today. I made him a little sash. So anyway, guys, I think we're going to, let me get my camera straight. It looks a little crooked there. Here we go. Hey, Kenneth, happy 4th to you too. So we're going to work at the napkin journal today. I got some new napkins. I'm going to show my jet pens that I got. And yeah, we're gonna do a page in the napkin journal. How's that sound? Hey, Terry. Oh, my phone. Wait, Terry, my phone's not in here. Didn't have my phone in here, Terry. Well, let's turn it up. There we go. Good morning, Terry. You like Phil's little sash? Thanks, Kenneth. The sound is better. Okay. So yeah, I'm just so glad I didn't have to struggle this morning. Didn't have to struggle. I didn't put on any bracelets or anything the other day. We're just going like this. So, hey, Dot, Julie Topaz, yes, Terry, you have arrived. Hey, Janet. So, yeah, when I went, I tried to first go through Google Hangouts again, but I don't have a chat with Google Hangouts. So I said, well, let's forget that. Let's go back to trying to do live. And I did go. I did not open my camera software till after I was live, so I think that might make a difference. So we're here today. So I'll sip a coffee here. Hey, Brenda. Anybody else popping in? Cheshire Cat, Kimberly, Lori, Lisa. Anybody I missed when I ran to get my phone? So yeah, I thought we would work in the napkin journal today. I did get some new napkins, and somebody, hey Ian, how you doing? Ian, I have not watched the video yet that you just did with the hangout, but I'm loving your art, your paintings. I think you do the hangouts, but go to the watch page to see the chat. Okay. All right. Yeah. It just didn't come up, Jean. The Hangout filled my whole screen. So we'll figure it out. We're all kind of still new with this. It's only been a couple weeks. Hey, Phoebe. It's only been a couple weeks that we've been, trying to do this YouTube live business. So, anybody else? I missed Scoobs. Hope you're doing okay, Melody. Melody lost a friend last week, and I think it was one of her BFFs. I think from high school, right, Melody? So Melody needs some extra hugs. Hey, Judy. Thank you. Yeah, Phil, I have to go backwards. Phil has on his little 4th of July sash today because, it's hump day. Mike, Mike, Mike. And so, yeah. Oh, so what I was going to say is Monday, when I showed the napkin journal, and I'll show it again here before we work on it. Somebody was saying something about a napkin swap. Well, I can't be in a napkin swap, but I can share some napkins if anybody is hosting a napkin swap. I'll send some for you guys to swap out amongst yourself. I don't have time to be in it, but I'll share. So, hey, Kimberly. You're the one doing it, Riri? Is it Ray Ray or Riri? Ray Ray? Hey, Jill. Jillio. Yeah, Jillio. Yes, I'm not giving away a bunch of napkins. I'm going to use one out of here, and I'll send the rest to whoever's hosting the swap. If is it Riri or Ray Ray? Which one is it? I'm just going to call you R&R. If R&R is the one hosting it, I'll send them to. Hey, Nanette. Riri, is that how you say it? Riri Maria? Well, I'm not doing it, Karen, so you'll have to get with R&R. Riri, send me your address, and I'll send you these, okay, for the swap. Here's my email. I don't know if it'll let me. I haven't tried to put it in here. I could not put it in on Ustream. Did you grab it? Grab my email and send me your address, and I'll share these with you. Hey, thanks, Terry. Terry. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it worked. And I'm really stopped up. I woke up kind of like all stopped up with a sinus headache because it's just humid here. I could sleep with the fan blowing on me. Let me go get me some juice, guys. Something cold on my throat rather than hot coffee. I'll just have both. Let me go get some juice. I know we're live. Okay. So yeah, I came, come on a little early to make sure that I get connected and to say good morning to everybody. Oh, I'm not sick, Phoebe. Just stopped up and all that from the weather. It's weather. Okay. Riri, you might want to put a limit on it. I don't think you want to do a 200 person napkin swap. So you might put a limit, the first however many you want to tackle that email you, but if you want just everybody, you're gonna have a big job there, girl. Trust me. I know. I tried to give away napkins one time. Remember Janet? Remember Julie? Oh my gosh, never again. I mean, I'm going to give you a pack, but don't ever say you're going to give something away and then have, 100 people email you and want some of it. Yeah. So, Riri, be careful. You want to limit it. Yeah. Janet, I knew you were crazy as soon as the words were out of your mouth. I know. Napkin Palooza. It was. Oh my gosh. So I guess we could go and get started. I did come on a little early so that make sure I could get here because the last 2 times it took me 45 minutes. Today I got right on. So I did not open my camera software till after I was live though. So that may or may not make a difference. Okay, yeah, I'm on Chrome and everybody seems to think that YouTube Chrome works the best. The limit is 20. Well, you probably already have your limit then. Hey, Shauna. So, yeah, so to get started, Mike, 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 happy Hump Day and Independence Day for those in the U.S. Made Phil a little sash. Okay, so I am going to go ahead. Well, I want to show my jet pen order first here. So, and I'll zoom in one here. Let's zoom in one. That should be good. I just got a couple. The reason I got these pins is because they say they're waterproof, and I have not tested them yet. So where's that piece of paper I have? Oh, there it is. I haven't tested to see if they're water. I haven't had time. I actually got a jet pen order in and haven't had time to test. So anyway, everybody's probably familiar with microns. These are micron PN, and I think the PN stands for plastic nib. So I have other pins that are similar. Janet does too. They're like the plastic nib, and but the reason I picked up these is because it said, I went on jet pens and looked under. Let me get that light a little. There we go. And looked under waterproof pens. So I'm thinking that these are waterproof. That's why I've got them anyway. If not, I mean, I'll still use them. Trust me. I haven't met a pen I don't like. Hi, Lee. Good to see you. Ian. Ian's in UK. He goes, come back to us. We'll forgive you. Ian. So this one is the Micron PN. And again, I think that stands for plastic nib. And then, okay, I got my lights just in the wrong spot there. Okay. So I got 3 of those. And then, sorry guys, the light just went freak. Let's see. And then I got 2 of these, which are the Sakura Pigma FB. I'm not sure what that stands for, but these are I think it might be, well, I don't know if it's plastic still. It's just a little bit bigger, longer nib there. And so you can see if you can get a side there, it's kind of thick and thin. You can do both. Okay, I got to do something about my light right there. There we go. I think that's it. There we go. Okay, I just needed to move it up. So this is the Sakura Pigma FB. And then the last one, I got two of those. And then the last one I got, because I didn't have any idea what this one was, a Pigma Fine. So this is a Sakura Micron Pigma Fine. I think it's kind of like that. It looks just like the same kind of nib. So this one, I need to make a thicker mark right there. This one is the Pigma, let's do Sakura. I'll hold it up, guys, in a minute. Fine. Okay, now I'm trying to see how that feels different than from the Micron. It does feel different. This one is smoother. This one's smoother than the Micron. But they both, I think, have the same nib. I mean, same type of nib. I'm trying to tell the difference. They look pretty much the same. Hey, Picola. But the Pigma Fine feels smoother. It feels glidier. Okay, and then let me put a little bit more ink here on the Pigma FB. See what else is on there. That's pretty much it. So again, I got them at Jet Pens. They were what, a couple dollars each. They're not expensive. And you can get these Micron PNs at Hobby Lobby and Michael's. So you can get these at just your craft store. I don't think you can get these at the craft store. So now what I'm going to do is let's make sure they're dry, and I want to test them with water brush. So yeah, and by the way, hey Gigi, if you guys want to talk to me, put it in caps. Oh, I know. Hey Lisa, you're not at the lake today? I'm surprised. Is it blurry? No, I don't think it's blurry. This is just far away. It's just kind of far away. And the light's hitting it. Maybe if I put it on something. So let's go ahead and test. Let's test. Okay, so the Micron PN, I think I'm really making it move, but just a couple of swipes and it's not moving. If I sit there, and I think the paper is making it also smear. So it'll smears a little. All right, let me get a Kleenex here to dry my brush. Well, get the excess anything off of it. All right, so the Sakura Pigma, again, I would call it water resistant, guys. Water resistant. It's not like moving like a marker, like your water-based markers. And then the Sakura Pigma, that even moves a little less. But are they completely waterproof? I wouldn't say so. But I would have to try it on a different kind of paper. This is just plain old cardstock. So your paper is going to probably matter as well. If you put it on a watercolor paper that you want to watercolor over the ink. Hey, Caroline. Oh, well, good. Good to have you. Anybody else popping in? Hey, Evelyn. Anybody else new? And please, again, if you want to talk to me, put it in caps. Hey, Nanette. Yeah. Change it if you want to see HD. That's another thing. Yeah, maybe that'll help you, Gigi. Change your little wheel. Go under the wheel settings under your video and change it to 1080. Or if that's too buffery, one down to 720. But yeah, you need to up your resolution to HD, one of the top two, because that's what I'm streaming in. Okay. You need to let the ink dry. Okay, more permanent. Yeah, I thought I let it dry. Maybe I need to hit it with the heat gun. Let's hit it with the heat gun and then try it again. I don't know really how long it takes for ink to, I mean, a calligraphy ink, when I do a calligraphy with dip pen ink, I let it dry overnight before I like erase any lines or anything like that, because that ink can really, Japanese ink and stuff that can take, I mean, the dip kind, especially when it's thick on a nib, can take overnight. Hello, Melinda, Barbara, anybody else? Thanks everybody for being here. All right, so now let's see if that mattered. So now let's see. Yeah, that did help a little. It's still not, I wouldn't say it's waterproof. The pigment, Sakura pigment fine seems to be the less moving, but they all move just a bit. But again, it could be the paper. So I'd have to test it on watercolor paper. I just wanted to show y'all what I got in my jet pen order. Again, I don't think any of these were over $250. Oh, well, good to have you, Thilda. Hannah. Nice to have you. Holly. Anybody else I missed? Hey, Vicky S. Hey, Button. Anybody else? Thanks for the welcoming people, Pacola and Julie Topaz. Well, everybody's, Hey, Diane. Mitzi. Okay, so that's what I got from Jet Pens, was 3 of the Micron PNs, 2 of the Pigma FB, and 1 of the Pigma Fine. They're by Sakura. Well, I think they all are, actually. They're all Sakura. Or is that Sakura? Sakura? I'm not sure how the Japanese pronunciation of it is, but yes. So I got those. All right. Oh, and I got one. I also got one refill, Copic refill. And they don't have they don't have every color of refill, but they have a few. All right. So now we're going to go on to the napkin journal. Again, I do need to fix the spine. Did come apart from the book there, and that was actually my fault because I okay, there we go. I don't know what that glare. I probably need to prop it up one or prop it up. Let me put those napkins behind there. Nope, that didn't help. I put a whole bunch of napkins like this many in the book to save the napkins, with it. And that broke the spine there. So I need to glue that back and put some packing tape, clear packing tape there to put it all back together. So when the video started, it was 1:44. I don't know. I don't know why that would be. I think I'm streaming it the same as I did before. I don't know. Do I need to change it? I don't know if I can at this point. I don't know if I can change it from here. Let me look in my settings here. I don't know if I can change it. I'm going to click that. I don't know if that helped or did that do anything. And that's just on my camera. I don't know that I can do anything. Is that better? I just changed the autofocus. Maybe that's better. Is that better? We're working it, people. We're working it. Is that any better? So I am going to flip through the book. Some of y'all haven't seen a napkin journal before. Thanks, Ian. Yeah, y'all blah, 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 go in your little wheel and change your settings. I don't know if that'll matter. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to flip through right now. This just my ring light there is kind of in the way. There we go. Okay, so what a napkin journal is you start with a napkin. It looks good, just a bit of glare. Okay, thanks, Kenneth. You start by gluing down a napkin. And this is just a date book that one of my sisters sent me in 2009. And I don't use date books, but, she didn't know that. She liked the book, thought I would like it. And so I just turned it into a napkin journal. Okay, so this is a napkin, and I'm going to show you what I do with it. I take the napkins, and we're going to do a project here, and we're going to use one of Connie's. She sent me these 2 books, and one to keep and one to give away. And I have an idea for that, but we'll see. I mean, about the giveaway. Excuse me. Yes, I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and sometimes Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Thanks, Paco. I always forget to say. And I forgot to tweet, too. But so anyway, this is a napkin. So what I'll do is I glue down the napkins like this in the here. That's napkins. And then I take a color book page that I'll color it first and cut it out. Don't cut it out, glue it on your page and then try to color, because the napkins are textury, and if you try to color over the napkin texture, you're going to get, it's going to be textury. It's not going to work well. So color it first and cut it out, and then incorporate it into your napkin background. Then I use paint to paint in backgrounds, whether it's tree branches, little grasses, flowers, whatever, stars, planets. And so that's what this is. So on this one, I did use a lot of my Juliet Crane color book girls. There's Monster Girls, I think, and Monster Animals. And they're not really monsters. That's just what she named them. But, and those, because they're nice, large images, I like to use them. Let me see if I can show you those books real quick. Blah, 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 blah. I can find where I put them. Hang on. So these are the 2 books that I use from Juliet Crane a lot in the napkin. Big Monsters, 34 original drawings to color and make your own. And that's what we're doing. We're making them our own in the napkin journal. And so these are really, you can see they're just nice, large images. And these work really well when in an art journal. And you can make a napkin journal just in your art journal, as long as the pages are, got a little bit of thickness to them. And then this one is a Whimsical Animals. That's what this one is. And again, it's, she's got just, let me go this way. It's easier to flip. They're just large images that are good for cutting out. But today I thought I would use the one that Connie sent, the little fairies. Let's go backwards this way. It's easier to flip. And pick one of these to cut out, color and cut out, and put on the page. Hey, Wendy. Sorry, excuse my voice this morning, guys. I'm kind of stopped up with humidity and the sleeping on with the fan blowing in my face. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And we're going to use these napkins. These are from Tuesday morning. And I'm going to take one out, and then I'm going to, there's one of the girls that is doing a napkin swap. I don't know if she's reached her 20 max yet. Ray, R&R. Have you reached your 20 yet? Because that's all she can do in a swap. And so I'm going to send these to her, and she can swap them out with the girls in the swap. I can't be in the swap, but I'm going to send these to her to use in the swap. So we're going to use one. Okay, Julie, thank you. So I'm going to keep flipping again. The background, the seashells, the fish, that's all a napkin. That's part of the napkin, and the mermaids are the color book page. And then I have a lot of stickles on here. I do have quite a bit of stickles in the napkin journal, I do say. For one, the pages are nice and thick. I'm not actually coloring on the next page because it would be bumpy. So, okay, you haven't got, okay, you probably will by the end of the show. So again, just glued down napkin. I'm going to show y'all how to take a napkin apart and all that. Again, the flowers and butterflies, that's the napkin. These are the Juliet Crane color book images, and then the background is painted in. You like the and here's just a starter. I start with the napkins. I just start with gluing napkins down. So I won't take two. I did show it on Monday. I did do but since we're going to do something in the napkin journal, I want to show it again. This is just the page, the 4 seasons that came in the book itself. Napkin. So all these are napkins, and they're textured, and that's why you don't want to color. You don't want to take your color book page and color on top of this, because you would be coloring on texture. So these are, you can get napkins. I get them at Tuesday morning. I was in the girls would send them to me from years ago. But you can get them any place, party supplies, party stores, the big box stores has party sections. Hallmark, they'll have the fancier ones. So here's another Juliet Crane animals, animal and girl, and napkins, and then all the rest is acrylic paint. And I already picked my colors for today. I just use craft paint. I like Americana, but just craft paint is all I use. I don't use shiny, glossy satin paints. The reason you don't want to use shiny, glossy, or satin paints is because if you want to do any pencil, now I don't do a lot of pencil over this. The pencil is on the color book, but you can't pencil over shiny paint. It doesn't work. This one we did on a Halloween. I don't know if it was 2 Halloweens ago. But I think there's 2 or 3 different Halloween napkins. And then I just cut the little pumpkins out so that I could put one in her hand. She's from a different color book. I think it's color book fairies. And so let's see if you can see the stickle. There you can see the stickles in her wings. And it's also in the eyes of the pumpkin, but it's pretty tiny. But it's shiny. And then this is just acrylic paint. Riri or Ray. I'm not sure. I still don't know how she says it. I've been calling her R&R. And so just so y'all can see some different ones. This one was a poppy. Sorry, guys, drink a juice. Poppy napkin and bee napkins. And again, there's stickles on the fairies' wings and on the bees. You can see the glitter. Like Marie. So it's Riri. Riri. Okay. Thank you. I thought I had it, but so these are just glued down, nothing on them, nothing done to these yet. And then again, there's the page that's in the book. More napkins. Let's see. Oh, I know what it is. My camera's crooked. There we go. This one, I added some cameo silhouette cutout leaves. This was a fall page, obviously. And then these two are Juliet Crane girls. And then we put them in little teacups. And then these are all cutouts, you know, the cameo die cuts. You know, they're die cuts. So you can add other things. The little owl is from her Whimsical Animals. This page was done with Jane Davenport napkin. And I think I don't know if it was one or two different napkins. It came in the Jane Davenport napkins. And you can get those at Michael's in the Jane Davenport section of Michael's. And so, yeah, just did some like goddesses and space kind of thing. So did that one. Then this is just a blank. Obviously, I have a few blank pages here, which we're going to put one in here in just a minute. And then the little elf, he was out of a different color book. I don't remember which one. And then the napkins are these sunflowers. Then all that's paint, and then we stickled the insides of the sunflower. You got kicked out. Oh, not by. You mean Eileen didn't kick you out, Dot? You just got bumped offline. Hey, Teresa. Hey, CB. So a few more blank pages. Another napkin. And that's another thing. If you work in any kind of an art journal where you're adding any kind of glues or paints or anything wet, you want to work some in the back, some in the front, some in the middle, some in the back, some in the front, some in the middle. If you do that, your spine is less likely to warp. Although in this case, I tore it because I, jam packed in a whole bunch of napkins at the front of the book like this, and so it just tore. But if you don't want your spine to curl, let me get one of my magazine journals to show you. Okay, here's a good. So this is two magazines glued together, but you can see how that one's completely curled practically to the side. This happens if you start at the front of the book. If you start the front of the book and work your way back and don't skip around, this will happen to your spine when you add a lot of paint, glue, all that. So, that can happen. Okay. So this is I think these are out of two separate color books. And again, stickles. Let me get them. See if I can get it to glitter there in the light. As you can see, it's got stickles. And then all this is napkin. This is from a color book page. I got to keep. I see everything backwards, so I have to when I go. Oh, here's the. Oh, wait, no, it's here. But these flowers, these are out of a color book page, and then all the background is a napkin. Then this one has two Juliet Crane little creatures, if you will, and then the moon I cut out of a magazine, and then just I think stickles and I don't know, something else shiny for the moon. And then all the background started with the napkin, and then this is all paint. Okay, and I think that's it. So let's open to one of the sections here where I have a blank page. I glued that shut a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and start. And if the light keeps changing, well, just ignore it. Okay. So I'm going to start by gluing down the napkin. And then what we'll do from there. Okay. Thanks. thanks, Ray, Riri, Bernard. Okay, so what you want to do is peel off the back, because if you don't peel, and sometimes there's 2 layers. I don't know about this. I just opened this pack. Let me get my sharp scissors here. What you want to do is there's 2 ways you can peel off the back. One is you can just kind of get scissors like this and kind of, pick it apart like that and pull the layers. Or sometimes this works better, is take a piece of double-sided tape. Well, it doesn't have to be double-sided, but it's easier if it is double-sided, so it just sticks to your finger. And push it down on the napkin, and it'll peel off that layer like that, okay? So that can be an option. So let's see if there's another layer after this one. I don't know that there is. It's hard to tell. Sometimes the nicer napkins have 2 layers. So let's take another piece of tape, and let's see. There's another layer. Yeah, there is another layer. So see how the tape pulls it, okay, gets it started for you. But be careful on that next layer, because you don't want to tear your napkin. Well, it doesn't really matter if it tears some, but you're going to glue it down. And one of the reasons that you want to do this is because when you go to glue the napkin down, you're only going to get and I use golden matte medium. I use my golden matte medium. I would not recommend Mod Podge in an art journal, because it could stick your pages together. So because you go to glue and then you got a layer back here, and it doesn't get glued down to your page. Know what I mean, Vern? The other thing too is you want to start with either a cream or off-white or white page. And again, I'll give my little example. Let me get if you started with the paint first, let's see, where's here? If you started with paint on your page first, like let's say you wanted black sky or whatever. I'll show you here. Let's get the napkin. So you see how vibrant that is? If you start with your page painted first and then try to glue down the napkin, see how that dulls the napkin? So you want to try to do that. Don't look at the screen. It can be confusing, yeah. But I have to look at the screen to have to see what's going on. Oh my gosh, I know. And I'm getting used to it, though, actually. I'm getting more and more used to seeing everything backwards. So there's the difference right there. So this is why you don't want to paint your page first. You want to glue the napkin first, because it just makes such a difference. All right, then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some wax paper behind my pages, just so I don't glue it shut, which I've been known to do. Don't put the wax paper or something between your pages so that it doesn't, so you don't glue them shut. Glue your book shut. All right, so then the next thing I want to do is just decide where I want the napkin. So do I want like this section, and then I got my fan blowing on here. It's kind of a little, let me get my bigger scissors here. So you can see that they have duplicate. So when the napkin's folded in half like this, you got the same image here that you do here. So I'm going to cut the napkin in half. And when you glue a napkin down, you get one shot. They're so thin that once it hits the glue, there's really no peeling about. Hey, Mark, good to see you. Thank you. Yeah, we did Happy Hump Day. We have we have Phil here going, Mike, Happy Hump Day, 4th of July, Independence Day. I made a little sash for Phil. Okay, so and the napkins, it's not so bad to glue over an edge with a napkin because it's so thin. But if you are doing any kind of collage work in any kind of an art journal, and you have thicker papers, collage papers, your color book page, anything thicker than a napkin. You really don't want to glue right over the edge because you're gonna it's gonna get bumpy right in there. It's not gonna lie flat. But with a napkin, it's okay if you do that um, because it's so thin. So now I got to decide how I want this. I think I'm going to have the birds over here. So I think I'm going to cut this. Oh, then I got to move my fan. Hang on. My fan is blowing. My napkin. I want the birds right there. So let's go ahead and just cut this edge off. And then you can take this and move it over on this side. You can put it up at the top. Like I like that hanging down up there. So you can move your stuff around. Because you're going to paint in everything, right? All right, so let's see. Do I want this right up here? Do I want it here? I kind of like that these are kind of hanging down. And I almost want those hanging down too. I think I'm going to cut those guys out. The red, I'm not sure what they are. Amaryllis something, I don't know. Because I want all those hanging down from the top like that. All the red ones. Can y'all see? I know it keeps going zooming in and out with the lighting, guys. And doing my best. Doing my best. Okay. Hey, Shirley. All right. So I'm going to do that. And then I think whatever I cut, the girl I color will be here. But I might put a little bit more flower on the edge here. Let's see. Maybe just some of these pink ones here. Because remember, guys, it's all going to have to be painted in at the end. So let's maybe go, come back here, fan these around like this. Do I want that? Or do I like it better? I like it better this way. So I think I'll just go ahead and glue that there. So there's the plan of what I want to glue. Did the napkin thing start before or after the rice paper thing? Rice paper thing? I don't know what the rice paper thing is. I don't think I do a rice paper thing. All right. So now I got me a little tray here to put my matte medium in. I use golden matte medium, but I put it in a dish soap bottle. Let me show you what it looks like here, because people always go, which one is it? So it looks like this. It's a jar. It says golden matte medium. Not matte gel. It's very liquidy. And you're going to see as I pour it out here, my fan's just blowing everything around. Okay. So I just have it. If you put it in a dish soap bottle like this, it's just easier to squirt out and get exactly what you want. Close the lid and it doesn't dry. The other thing is I keep my glue brushes. They're the only brushes I keep in water are glue brushes. So they stay flexible, because once you get glue and matte medium all over, it's hard to get that out. But I don't use these for anything else except glue. So what I'll do is, if I can find all my pieces that have blown away, is I'm going to put down a layer all the way across. And this is why you want to put your wax paper behind, because you don't want to glue your pages shut. So I'm going to put a layer all the way across. Now, normally if I'm collaging, I'll put the glue, the matte medium, I'll put it on the page and on the back of the piece I'm gluing down. You can't do that with napkins. You can't turn the napkins over and put stuff on the back and then flip them back over. You just glue your pages right down. All right, so again, you got one shot to put this down. There's no moving it. So if it wrinkles a little, it wrinkles a little. So, and then I want to get in the crevice there of the book well. And then go over the top. I'm going to just get me a little more matte medium out. And I put a nice generous coat because you want it glued down well. Okay. The other the other benefit of the matte medium is when I go to use my acrylic paint, it moves. It will move on top of the matte medium. It will not move. Like if I didn't put this matte medium on here, if I just tried to glue the napkin down, then when I go to do the painting part, it's not going to, the paint's stuck. You touch paint to a napkin, it ain't going nowhere, you know. But because it has the matte medium, you can, you know, move it around some. All right, so now let's see this one up here. I wanted this little hangy bit there. And then over here, I wanted this hangy down bit. And see how it's kind of overlapping? That's okay because, again, you're going to use a lot of paint at the end of the process here. And a lot of this is probably going to get covered up. Now, you got to be careful. I know how much pressure to put on my brush here, but you can't be scrubbing this because you'll just pull the napkin right back up, right? Hello, Anastasia. Hole in the Holler Creations. That's a cute name. Hey, Forever Purple. All right, one more piece here. Let's go right along this edge. And again, I'm just going to lay it down. And if it overlaps there, one flower over another, it's just going to be a big garden, right? So the other thing you have to make sure is that this is 100% dry, you know, or pretty much 100% dry before you start adding paint on it. You don't, if this isn't dry and you start adding wet acrylic paint, hey, Beth Ann, you're going to be pulling the napkin up because it's still wet. So you got to either let it dry or hit it with the heat gun, which is what I'll do in a bit. But I'm going to set it aside while we do the color book page. So I'm going to put I don't know if I'll need my matte medium again, but I'm going to put it in a wet paper towel or a wet baby wipe so it doesn't harden while we color. Okay, so let's go ahead and set this whole book aside on the floor. And we're going to pick, I got a little bit of the napkin still here so I can see the colors. Let me put it on a piece of white. See how the difference between it being on a non-white versus a white background? That's why you want to glue it on a light background. Hey, Eleni. Okay, so I'm going to set this here because these are the colors that I'm going to use. I already have my colors picked out here. I'll show you those when we get to that point. All right, that for the painting part. For the coloring part, let's see here. Zoom in. Okay, let's see. I haven't decided what page I want to color yet. It's your holiday. Oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, Shirley. More people can come on the holiday. I don't know. See, I thought it would be the opposite. I thought people would all be doing stuff and not be home to be here Wednesday. So I thought today would be kind of a slow day, actually. But yeah, thanks everybody for being here. Yeah. The family's going to do some lake stuff today. But it's not till later. So I had time to stream this morning. And I still haven't decided if I'm going to go or not. And I don't know. I'm all stopped up and everything from the weather already, the humidity and the fan. Speaking of, let me take a drink of juice. So I don't know if I'm going to go. I have to get out on the boat and the wind. I don't know. People. All right. So let's see. I think I'm going to want one of the girls that, let me take out and Connie Yu is the one that sent 2 of these books. They're about, let me measure. a little over, not quite 8.5 by not quite 8.5. Square little color books. And I did do, and it's by Grazia Salvo. And I'm going to do a little flip through here again. I did flip through it. I think it was Monday. Let's get the glare off there. I kind of like her. I might color her. I'm going to go ahead and tear her out. She might be one I want. I'm going to tear out the ones I'm thinking I might use. A couple of little girls up in the trees might be good. I don't think I have time to do all that though. I'm going to have to, figure out how to get this done in a reasonable amount of time. Aw, thanks Coloring Down Under for the super chat. Thank you. You found the button. I think I started following you, didn't I, Coloring Down Under? I think I just found you recently. I think I subscribed to you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, feels good in here. Okay. All right. You're going to go to the store? Okay. Okay. See you in a couple minutes. And I kind of like her. She might be good up in the corner. Something about this size. Maybe. I think I'll pull her out too. I'm not going to do the background, just the girl. So, what's the name of the book? Enchanted Creatures. I'm trying to say it in Spanish. Grazia Salvo, a magic coloring book. I don't know why it started kind of doing a little dance there. Did it start to do a little pixelating? I don't know why. I think I'm going to go with those two though. Okay. Oh, thanks. Yeah. One time you just started streaming. Okay, yeah. I think I went over to your channel. I think I subbed. Yeah. And by the way, guys, if y'all want to follow anybody, sub to anybody, just go to the end of their name and there's 3 little dots. And you can click on the dots and you'll see go to page, I think is what it says. And you can go over to their page and sub to them or follow them or whatever. And you won't leave here. It'll just take you to now that's on the lap. I'm on Lappy. I don't know what it would do on a phone or an iPad, but on a computer, you can just go over there and follow them, and you don't leave. It won't take you away from the page. So if y'all want to follow anybody or you're talking to somebody, you want to do that. Thanks, Terry. Put the link in the Amazon. Okay, so. I do need something behind the page, though, because, let me get another fresh cardstock or something. Because there's little bits of glue and bumpy stuff on my table here. And if I try to color on, this is like Create Space Paper, then it's going to pick up any bumps, right? Let's just get my sketchbook here. And I'll just put the page on the sketchbook. So I'm thinking that I want to cut her out and put her like right over here. And then maybe just the girl, not all the background, put her right like up here. So we'll see how we do. Now, the other thing when I do these color book page in the Napkin journal, hang on guys. I don't go overboard on the detail in the coloring. I keep it at a minimum because you can do as much shading because of time. Because I don't want to be here for 3 hours coloring these girls. So yeah. So I kind of don't put as much detail in these as I would Hang on, guys. It needs a little bit of something here. Trying to get, because it's so flashed out on there. I guess it's not horrible. I do my best with the lighting and stuff, guys. I'll do the best I can. So I think what I'll do, and I have my napkin here as my color inspiration. Remember, let's turn that over. This is my color inspiration. And so the colors that I have picked out, so I'll probably do some acrylic washes and some High Susan and some color pencil too. So the colors I got, of course, are black and white. And I do have a Craft Smart one here because of the olive green. I could find my olive green in Americana, but this is like an olive green. I wanted that dark olive, and I couldn't find my Americana. And then here's Irish Moss. So these are the colors that I'm using other than black and white. This is Petal Pink, Razzleberry, Prussian Blue, and Moon Yellow. Those are the colors that I picked out. I could have picked out some red too. I have a little bit of the red hanging down from the top, but I think I just wanted to keep it these colors. So, hey, Paula, good to see you. So these are the colors that we're going to use, or that I picked out. I don't know how many of them we'll use, or I'm not fussy cutting out yet. I'm not going to, and I don't want that little thing there. I'm going to keep it as simple as I can here. I'm going to want her. And I won't fussy, I'll fussy cut in a little bit, but yeah. All right. Now I can put my fan back on me. It's a little hot. All right. Let me get a palette here for paints. And I will probably need my palette knife, one of the palette knives here for scraping paint in a minute. Where'd that go? Oh, where's my palette knife? It's in one of my brush holders here, and I can't find it. Well, I'll just use a different one. I have my red one here somewhere, so I'll use that when I get to the paint. If y'all have any questions, put it in caps. All right. If I miss saying hi to you, let's go back. All right. See, it wants to flash out, and because of the white paper. Let's see, maybe if I put something here. No, that's not going to matter. I think I just have to. Hang on, guys. I bumped my camera or something. I need to. Trying to get it out of the flashed light. I think it'll be okay once I start coloring. Okay, so I'm going to start with washes because it's just easier to get it crack-a-lacking, right? So I know I'm going to want probably her wings, maybe her hair yellow, or moon yellow. So I'm going to put a little bit out, and then I'm also going to get my water here. I'm going to squirt out some water just to water it down, and so it'll be a wash. So it's watered down acrylic paint is all it is. Now, I'm not going to worry about going out of lines because I'm going to fussy cut it out, right? So, for instance, I can just color her whole wings like this because I'm going to go back in and add some detail. But I don't have to worry about going out of lines because it's going to get cut out. Okay. And I'll make her blonde here. Now, remember, this is Create Space paper, so don't go, you can get it wet, but don't be layering and layering and layering unless you dry in between, because it'll pill, because it is thin paper. All right, so there's that. And where's my other girl? Where'd she go? My other girl blew away with the wind. Seriously, the fan blew her away. Where is she? Where? All right, we lost our girl. Seriously, she's gone. I don't know where she went. All right, we might have to find us another girl because that one is gone. Oh, there she is. She's under the paint. Okay, so I think I'll do her. Maybe she will have like maybe pink hair. And then maybe she'll have pink hair and pink wings, and she'll have yellow hair and yellow wings. So, yeah. Okay, so the books. Can you gesso instead of yeah, you can try. I wouldn't. I'm not. I don't use gesso. I mean, I use gesso to do something like a resist for a paint. I don't think it'll work in this sense. Let me show you. You can try. You can try if you want. But let me show you here when you put gesso on something, and then look, this is gesso with paint over it or ink over it. I don't know that it would work. I think what you need to do is do a test. I'm a golden matte medium girl. So that's all I know. It's a trust. I know it's never failed me yet. So, okay, now I want to get some of the petal pink out. And I think this one was clogged up. That's why I had it taped shut. Let me just pour a little dab out here. Okay, and again, I'm going to wet this down. And I'm going to do her hair all pink. And I'll shade it with pencil and all. And then her wings, pink. And then I think she might be maybe I'll make her like some kind of a little green elf. I don't know if I want them both green. Maybe I'll do her blue and her green. Let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of dollop of green. Let me clean my brush. So I think, and even if I get it in her eyes, I can just go back with the Posca. So she's going to be a little green. Again, not caring if I go out of lines because I'm fussy cutting her out in a minute. Hey, Painty Girl. Food Network has yeah, I saw that. And also, guys, speaking of, like shows on cable or whatever, there's apparently, and I can't remember the date, it's called Make It or something like that. There's going to be a new craft show. I don't know if it's a contest thing or what it is. I only saw one commercial or 1.5 commercials for it last month. But I think it's called like Make It or something. So I'm going to take the Prussian blue and just water that down. I'm going to have to get another tray here. I'm running out of space here. Whoops, I didn't shake that up. So the oil's separated right there. Let me shake that up better. I think it's called Make It or Making It or something, but it's going to be a new craft show. I mean, we haven't had craft shows on the air forever, you know? Okay, so let's see here. So she's going to be blue. Again, I'm kind of trying to avoid getting it in the whites of her eye there. But I want her, well, see, I got that kind of dark. Where's my baby wipe? I don't know. Don't know if I can lighten that up much. Nope. I'll have to lighten it up with pencil. Got it too thick. Got to make sure you get your paint thin. I didn't get it quite thin enough. And you don't have to, you don't have to use a color book page in your napkin journal. I like to do it because it's another way to use your, and I'm probably going to cut this off at some, or tear it off at some point down here. So I'm not really too concerned way down in here because I want to have a lot of the napkin showing. Um, you don't have to use color book pages. You read about it, Entertainment Weekly. Yeah, so I can't remember the name of it. I think it's Make It or something like that. All right, so now I think I want to have, I'm going to go ahead and put some of the razzleberry for some flowers. Again, let me find another little spot here. Don't need much, just a dab because you're wetting it down so much. It's going to be on NBC, making it on NBC. Okay. Yeah. And so I don't know. We'll see. All right. So now I'm just going to go ahead and put these flowers, some pink in them. And again, I'm going to go in here with pencil and do a little bit of detailing. I don't know how much because I don't want to run out of time. I don't even think I'm going to need that one. And you can't be afraid to like cut, tear, or not use the whole thing because you don't know how much. I don't know exactly how much room I'm going to have, right? All right, so there's our two girls base coat. And now let me hit them with the heat gun. Hi, Joan. Good to see you. Hey, Beth Ann. I miss saying hi. Turn it over and get the back dry here. See how I oversaturated that one? This is thin, 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 thin. Okay, now here comes Hubster. Let's see, I lost the color again. Let's turn the brightness down. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to get out my pencils. I don't know if my mods are up for another giveaway today. That was like herding cats on Monday, wasn't it, guys? All right, so I just got my Prismacolor. This is just a silverware tray, and I put all my most used colors in here. And this is not all my Prismacolors, but I use the ones I use a lot, so they're handy. But if I need other colors like more flesh tones, I have them all bundled up. So, and they're like right here in front of me. But these are the colors I use all the time. So again, here's my inspiration, my napkin for colors, right? These are the colors that are in the napkin we glued down. Hurting cats, yeah. Okay. Maybe I should talk about the rules before we're not even doing the giveaway. That way, while I'm coloring. So if I do it right at the time of the giveaway, then people seem to not hear me. It is like a feeding frenzy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I think I'm gonna get some like a yellow ochre. I'm thinking about the here, and then let's see, probably a darker one here. Let's just go ahead and do some shading with some yellow ochre. And I'm not going to zoom in, guys, because this isn't really, see, I smeared right there. This isn't really going to be about the coloring. Y'all, you color it however you want. Or if you don't want to use a color book page, just find an image that you want to use on your napkin journal, because that's what this show's about today, is the napkin journal. Hey, Peggy. It doesn't matter, Dee. We have a short attention span. I mean, really. Uh, but I like to do giveaways, but it's tricky business, people. Tricky business. It's for the mods. But I thought because I want to give away this, because Connie sent us 2 copies of this book, right? She sent us 2 copies, so that's where I pulled these images out of. This book here, one of these. So she sent one for giveaway. So I thought I would do that today. I already mailed out the other one. I mailed out the Botanicum, and I mailed out Kieran Connolly's um, altered book page that I did for him. So I got that mailed out. So if I give that away, get that out maybe by Friday. You're getting the new Wendy Vecchi blendable ink pads. Eileen, why am I? Eileen, you have everything. Why are you? I mean, I'm not going to ask you why you're getting it, but I'm not going to use that up there. I'll use maybe this curl, but I'm not going to use all that. Okay, so I'm just going to put that in there. Let me sharpen because I want sharper for the wings here. They're on sale. Eileen, our enabler elf. Okay, so I think what I want to do is I'm going to just lay down some shading over the whole bottom part of the wing here. Hope y'all can see that. Again, I'm doing quick coloring here because I want to get back to the napkin because we still have to do all the blending with the paint and everything. Okay, so let's just do some shading in the wing like this. Okay, and then let's see, maybe I'll put some, maybe it's because she's blue, maybe I'll put some blue. Let's go with maybe some indigo. Let's see what happens. I love this string live, but such a chicken. Oh, well, you just got, if you want, I've been doing it for almost 8 years now. This is indigo blue. And the reason I know that is because I put blue painter tape on my blue indigo because it looks just like black if you pick it up. And there's been many times where I thought I was using black and it turned out to be indigo blue. So I always put a piece of blue painter tape on the back side of my indigos. So I'm going to do all the little dots. And again, we could add stickles later. We might add stickles. We'll see. Just want to do that big dot there. Remember, if y'all are talking to me, guys, put it in caps. And I'll go back in and shade with one shade darker. I don't know if I want to use a sienna or what. Eileen will tell you all about any product that you might be interested in. Eileen probably knows about it. So, yeah, I've just made a sneaky appearance. He's in and out today here, so. Like my blue girl. Okay, we're going to shade her in a minute. I just want to get her wings in here. Again, guys, you want to make sure in color, don't glue her down on your napkins and then try to do pencil because it'll be bumpy. Okay? Don't try to do that. Oh, thanks, Lily. Thank you very much. I'm glad you stumbled in here too. Little dots. Hey, Fluffy, how you doing? Anybody else popping in I missed? I try to keep up with chat, but when people come in and going, I do miss people. Not doing it on purpose. If I see somebody, good guys, say thanks, Fluffy. Whoops, I just broke the tip off of that. Let me sharpen again. Push too hard. I'm just doing these solid here, no shading. So I'm pushing a little harder on them than I normally would. There goes the garage door, opening and closing. My cats, I don't know what it is. I think I gave them too many little treats, and they got wound up or something yesterday. Oliver was jumping in the bedroom. In my bedroom, I have a TV up on the shelf. So like it's like a bookcase, right? It's like a bookcase, and like this, it's got this, it's something like that. It's a bookcase, and so I have my TV up there, so that when you're lying in bed down here, here's your feet here. See, when you're in bed, you can see the TV way up there. So anyway, I have a dresser over here, and he's been making the giant leap from here to here, and then walking around behind the TV. And I'm afraid I'm afraid he's going to unplug things back there. I mean, I don't, they can jump anywhere in the house, but if it's going to be something where we're going to lose a TV in the process, then, but I mean, and then he jumped down, or I'd get Hubster, because this is tall. I mean, this is probably 6 foot right there, or 5.5, something like that. And he'd get him down. And I mean, no sooner I get him down, he'd go right back over to the dresser and do it again. I'd ran him out of the room overnight, and I'd close the door so he couldn't get in at night, because he would not stop. It was like he discovered something new. This morning, I let him in the bedroom, and the first thing he did, over to the dresser and jump back up there. It's like, oh my gosh, really? Oh. So yeah, I don't know. It's just that he just discovered he can do that. So he's determined. Yeah, he's a stubborn cuss, that one. Uh, oh my goodness. All right, let's I think I'll do her little. I'll probably have to halfway paint these in, because I'm not going to fussy cut too much around those little antennas or whatever they are on a fairy's wings there. But I'll just do that. All right, so there's a start of that. I guess I'll go ahead and maybe I'll use the indigo for shading her face. So again, I'm not going to do too much. I mean, I'm already kind of getting into the details more than I need to. But because I want to get back to the napkin journal itself. There's little nostrils there. She'll have a little pixie nose, a little tiny nose, I think. Remember, she's going to be in the weeds. I thought you said shaving her face. No. But speaking of shaving their face, Cameron shaved off his beard. turn my. Denise sent me. He had to get a new driver's license. Yes, he lost his driver's license, so he shaved his beard, and he looks like so much younger. Let me find Denise's message here, Denise. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to let you see his driver's license, just the picture. And remember, it's just a driver's license picture, so it's not going to be that great of a picture. But he shaved his beard off. I'll have to get him to send me a good selfie. And he just looks so much younger. Put sandpaper around your. Not the file. I don't know what that is. I don't know what you're talking about, Marika. Marika? Sandpaper on what? I don't know what you're talking about. I missed something while I was on my phone, so I didn't see what you're talking about. Sandpaper. Sandpaper for what now? Yes, he shaved it off. I know. Because here, I'll show y'all. Hang on. This is what he looked like with it. He just looks so much younger. Let me go to my photos. Camera roll. Let's see. Where's one of my recent ones? Hang on, guys. Here we go. And he didn't have his, you have to take your glasses off too when you, this is what he looked like with the beard. You have to take your glasses off now when you get your photos. So, yeah. There he is with the beard. Oh, thank you, Camaro. I know, right? Because y'all have known him, since. Well, so he's 8. Did he just turn? Let's see. Did he just turn 19? No, he's 18. He'll be 19. He's 18. He'll be 19. So 8 years. So he was 10. He was like 10 or 11 when y'all met him. Boo's 15 now. And so 8 years from that, 7. She was 7 when y'all met her. Yes, I know. It made him look so much younger. So I'm not sure where I'm going to go with the bottom part here, how much I'm going to tear off or what. So let me just do a little bit of coloring down because I'm going to paint it in too. Remember, we got painting still to do. Facial makes you look sophisticated, but without it makes you guy look younger. Yeah, Kenneth, exactly. So I'm just going to do a little bit of coloring here. It's getting a little bit down. And again, this isn't going to be, this will all be either cut off or, thank you, Thilda. Good morning, Dee Dee. Glad to be here. Also, good morning. You're welcome. Thanks, Gannett. Beth Ann. We hope you didn't give you. Hope you two did. No, Heather, I got right on. And I think what it is you just have to not turn your camera software on. I tried to go on the Google Hangouts option, but then I didn't have the chat next to the window. I'm sure there's a way to do it, but it wasn't there when I tried the Google Hangout method. I said, so let's just go ahead and try just going straight live again. But I didn't open my camera software till after I was live. I don't know how or why or if that makes a difference, but if you go to your because then you can put in a title there and so I think that made a difference. Okay, so there we go. Now I want to go with a little bit of sienna. So I'm just digging around in my pencil. ASMR moment. So I'm going to get out some burnt ochre. And I'm going to do a little more shading on the yellow. And I'll go back and fix her skin and everything, get on another blue. So now I'm just going to go over the lines, the line art there. So what's everybody else doing today? Are y'all, anybody getting together with family, picnics, or anything like later today? Or what are y'all doing? What's everybody else doing today on Independence Day? I hear the cats out there want to come in. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do that. Maybe after I get done painting. I can't let them in while I paint. There's just no way. They'll be up in the paint. So what's everybody else doing today? Barbecue, Beth Ann's barbecuing. Art all day. Hey, that's a good one. Hey, Mary, that's a good plan. I gave myself the day off to do art all day. Good, good. My truck driving hubby is coming in. 1st July, we'll have together in years. Oh, nice, Melinda. Ian, Dee Dee, on your YouTube viewer, the chat is there and you can pop it out. Well, when I went into Ian, when I went into through Google Hangout option, it filled the whole screen. There was no place to pop out. The chat wasn't even there to see it. I could open a whole nother window and then probably go back and forth, back and forth. But it's so much easier on live when it's all on the same window. You know, it's all in the same window. So when I went to Google Hangouts option, it filled my whole screen. There was no place to pop out. The chat wasn't there to pop out. So I don't know. I mean, I didn't take a lot of time to play with it. I didn't want to get frustrated again this morning like I was the last 2 times I tried to get on. So I just said, let me go back to trying live and I'll work on other options later. Kim is prepping for. Oh no! Well, take care of yourself. How long will you be laid up, Kim? Thanks, Eileen. You like my wings? Good. And now go back with the yellow ochre here and kind of blend in. So, kind of get rid of the pencil marks a little bit. Again, I'm not overly coloring and shading on this because I really want y'all to see get back into the napkin journal. So if you're just joining us, this is a napkin journal show. We're using color book images, which I want to give that book away if my mods are up for it, up for a giveaway. Julie's staying in the AC. Oh gosh, it's hot here too. Hot Atlanta. You're doing coffee and coloring. Hubby will play on computer games, all art. Haven't found a good game. Thanks, Mary. I missed the back surgery time down that rolled by when I looked away. This book right here, Connie, she gave us 2 of these books. Enchanted Creatures, Grazia Salvo, they're little 8.5 by 8.5 color book. And that's where I got these images out of that we're going to cut out, and glue into the napkin journal. Yes, today's a holiday in the U.S. Yes, it is. No, federal holiday, no post, no mail. No, well, there's no school anyway. I'm prepping for the big match at the weekend. Ian is in UK, 6 weeks. Oh, 6 weeks in a brace, Kim. I'm sorry. Get all your coloring supplies next to you or whatever medium you like to do. Get it all handy. Keep it close. Let me sharpen again. There's Connie. Yeah, Connie, we're working in the book you sent, and we're going to do a giveaway as long as my mods are up for herding cats. It's tricky business, people. I'm telling you. And again, you don't have to worry about going out of lines because I'm going to fussy cut this out, right? All right, so now let me come over here on this side. And I can't back up too far on this pencil because the pencil's a nub. I guess I could get a pencil extender here. Where's one of my pencil extenders? There's one of my pencil. Here's one. Pencil extender. So you can even use, well, this one's not as little as I've used, but, give yourself a little extra pencil length. You're coloring. I hear you're coloring by the bed. Oh, good, Kim. Will you take care? Pan says 92 there already. West Michigan. Yeah, I don't know what it is here. I'm not going outside. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to go to the family lake thing. It's for one, guys. Like I said, I woke up kind of with weather headache, if you will, sinus pressure, and all that, and sleeping under the fan makes it like makes you get stopped up. And when you get stopped up, it can give you a sinus like headache. So I'm not talking loud today. Can you tell? Hey, Sharon Lombard. So I'm not talking loud today because I don't want to hurt my head. Oh, you got a migraine, Kelly? I don't get migraines anymore. I did when I was like in my 20s. And I know y'all probably think this, we keep politics and religion, to a minimum, or we don't get in fights around here. But I will tell you, I've had some miracles happen. Like I told y'all the story about my going under an 18-wheeler in a car wreck. I know I had angels then, and I was in my 20s, and I would get migraines. And they don't, do they ever really know why people get migraines? Yeah, no, I don't have a migraine, Katrina. I'm fine. I just have it's kind of like a sinus stopped upness. That's all. I'm fine. But I would get migraines in my 20s, and they give you some medicine to take when you got them. And back then they didn't have. I know there's a new kind of medicine they have now, because I know people that have taken it and it works for them. Imitrex. I don't know. Anyway, they didn't have all that back then. They gave you pretty much caffeine pills to like open up the vein, your not your arteries, but blood vessels. So anyway, I was having them so much. And one day I just sat down. Now, I'm not telling y'all to do this. I'm not saying sit down and pray that you die. But I prayed to God. I said, I just go ahead and take me now. Just take me on out of here. I can't take these headaches anymore. I said, that's it. I can't deal with these migraines anymore. So, if this is if I have to live with this, just go ahead and take me on home. I never had another migraine after that. Never had another migraine. So again, I'm not telling you to say that prayer, but I never had another migraine. I still have headaches. Don't get me wrong. I still have your normal headaches, sinus, and stuff like that. But I mean, these were horrible. Yeah, you outgrew yours, Terry. Yeah, you had one lot. It seems like it's in the 20s, right? You're in your 20s. What is it about being in the 20s? Are you trying to grow a brain? Is that what it is? You're trying to grow a brain in your 20s and it gives you a migraine? Hey, Nanette. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're here for a little bit of fun. Yeah, some different girls are talking about different things for like, I don't know what Ravensara oil is for sinus pain. Wendy, I mean, I know that sometimes, and I know a lot of people that that happens to. Yeah, barometric pressure come in with the storm and it puts pressure on your brain. It's on your sinuses. Oh, I never quit caffeine. Quit, yeah, caffeine. Yeah, I think caffeine is like supposed to help with migraines, but I don't know. I think everybody's different. Everybody's different. But yeah, I think in your 20s you're trying to grow a brain. You get yeah, I get the pressure ones when storms come in. And of course, like I said, guys, this one, I sleep with the fan on. Otherwise, we can't run the air 24/7. I mean, it's very expensive to run air conditioning in the South Central air. It's very expensive. I mean, in the summer, our we can get up to $400 a month in electric bill. So we try not to run the electric 20, I mean, the air conditioning 24/7. So we sleep with the fan. We turn the air like really up, so it doesn't click on all night long. I'm going to work in her hair now. And so I sleep with fans on. And then the fans, that kind of has the same effect of blowing into your face and clogging you, stopping you up and giving you sinus pressure, if you will. So I'm going to start shading a little in her hair. Yeah, Cameron was born with a deviated septum, so he's had surgery, and he has allergies really bad. He gets that from his dad. He and his dad both have allergies really bad, and then in the South here, when spring and fall have two different kinds of different allergy seasons here. And so with a deviated septum, that poor boy was suffering with the sinuses. But he has still has allergies, but they're not as bad. Well, I should say he can stand to be around a cat now. Um, but there's certain weeds that's in spring. He still has to take his allergy medicine. But yeah, putting your feet in a dish of warm water works for migraines. Um, I don't know. Nothing worked for me. Believe me, I tried it all. And this was years ago, too, guys. This was a long time ago. Now, some people have them so bad, you got to go just lay down in a dark room. But putting like a ice cold rag, like a washcloth, get it as cold as you can and put it on your ears. That helps headaches. Well, and I can't speak for everybody. I'm just, who knows? Maybe hot one would work on some people, but for migraines, that's like a whole nother animal. Know what I mean, Vern? So yeah, if you're listening to this, we don't talk a lot about health and stuff because it can turn into like it can sound like oh, I forgot her ear. It can sound like you're sitting in an emergency room. It gets too depressing. So I try to keep the chat, not too not drag out. I mean, I never mind if somebody says, "Well, I'm like having surgery or something," and we'll, everybody, please pray for so and so because she's having surgery or whatever. But if we talk about stuff too long, it turns into a it gets depressing. So we try to kind of keep it. We gotta kind of keep it, not too much. Hey, Artie, Farty, Fairy. All first time seeing you live. Got to go. Okay. Thanks. Thanks for stopping in. All right. So see, I'm already going too much, taking too much time to color her. All right. Let me get a light blue. I think I'll get with this one had a crack in it. I accidentally bought a Prisma off the rack with a crack. I got a I got a pencil off the rack with a crack. So I just put some painter's tape on there just so it didn't split further. So now I'm going to take the no. You know what? I think I'm going to get white first. Where's my white? Let's just go with this one. We'll go with this one. Yeah, we like to keep it light and lively, right? That's what we like to do. All right, so I did smear some pink on her neck here, but it's okay. I'm just gonna, just roll with it. So I'm gonna get some highlights here. I'm gonna get some highlights on her body, and then I'll go in and blend with the blue, the light blue. So yeah, because it's sad out there some days. It can be depressing out there. So when we come here, it's kind of like Barb's. What does she call it? Not trouble-free zone. Uh, drama-free Fridays. When Barb has drama-free Fridays, yeah, we kind of like to roll with that idea. uh, right. And speaking of Barb on Fridays, I think, I mean, this is a holiday week, so I don't know, but this Friday will be the first Friday in July, so maybe Barb will be streaming Friday. No, no. Oh, thank you, Julie. That's nice. My vids always lift you up. Thank you. We try. Okay, so I'm gonna just kind of get some white highlights here. And guys, if you ever, if you're coloring something, you ever lose your highlights or anything, don't be afraid to put in some paint or, whatever will work. There's been times where I've done that. Kind of like I lost her nostril there. So I just want to kind of lighten her face in some areas. And then I'll go in with the light blue and kind of blend it out. And then we'll do those flowers, and we'll do the other girl, then we'll get back to the napkin journal. We were going to go see Jurassic Park yesterday. Has anybody seen it? The new Jurassic Park? But I'll tell you the other thing that gives me headaches is loud movies. I mean, I went to concerts all in the, 70s. But I'll tell you, those movies these days are dang loud. It is. You liked it, Kelly Bell? Okay. I have a ban the word you have a ban you banned the word unicorn for a month. It's unicorn free month. Good one, Ian. Hey Barb, there she is. You're streaming this Friday. Okay, well, put well, anybody can follow Barb. Just go to click her little dots, go ring Barb's bell so that y'all will be aware when she streams on Friday. She streams, is it 1 or 2 Eastern, Barb? Or some slipping my mind. I think it's 2 Eastern. Barb Owen. So y'all go over there and watch Barb on Drama Free Friday. I got to fix her lips a little there. She's going to look kind of avatar-ish here. Again, guys, I'm not taking a whole lot of time because I want to get to the process of the napkin journal more than the coloring. Because y'all know we can spend weeks coloring, and we have done so. But I don't want to do that today. I just want to get her done. You want to see an IMAX, Wendy? Oh, they probably have even more. Well, I don't know. Do they have more dramatic speakers in IMAX, or is it just the video, just the movie itself? I don't know. So I have to have earbuds. Talk about a headache. Doesn't give me migraines. Like I said, I don't get migraines anymore. But you can give yourself a headache going to a loud, loud movie. Uh, yeah, bring earbuds. Exactly. So anyway, I forgot what happened yesterday. We had to do something. What did we? I don't know. Anyway, I didn't. We didn't go. Again, guys, I'm kind of just trying to hurry through this. Just kind of get her blended in there a little bit. All right, now I think I'm going to get, let me get one of my new pens. Where's my new jet pens? One of those, where did I put it? Oh, here we go. Let's get one of these microns. The micron pens, which I think stands for plastic nib. They're a plastic nib. And we're going to go ahead and do some detail in our eyes. Do our eyelids. Do some lashes, maybe a little lashes on the end. Get her pupils nice and dark. Should probably do blue eyes on her. Light blue eyes. Let's get her nostrils back in. And let's go ahead and do her lips. Since we have her very dark. Now. All right, now let's go in here with the light blue pencil. Let me sharpen up. Melinda, you liked it. Jurassic World's awesome. Go see it for sure. Oh, thanks, Lily. That's sweet. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being here. You guys inspire me. That's what makes it fun for me. Okay, she doesn't look like she has an eyelid on this one. She doesn't have any eyebrows, but I'm going to go ahead and make her eyelids more. And then we're going to take a minute and do the giveaway if the mods are up for it. Are there any mods here? They heard I was going to do a giveaway and they all left. Ian's here. Thanks, Ian, for putting in Barb's link. Oh, my Moscow. Oh, Lord. Oh, no. Another giveaway. I'm out of here, people. I am out of here. I'm teasing. They're great. The mods are great. Terry goes, I gotta go. Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay, Terry. So she needs a little bit lighter on her, maybe on her nose there, but again, well, I don't want to spend too much time on the coloring. All right, so here's how it works. Listen up, people. Listen up. I don't have my iPad. I'll have to go get my iPad because the phone I think flashes out, and the iPad doesn't. Okay, so don't do anything yet. When I type in, when you see me typing in go, when you see me typing in go, put in a number between 1 and 150, I think is what we're working with now. One number only. One number only. The first person closest without going over will get the color book that she sent two. Connie sent us two. And I'll send you out the color book. And I'll tell you one thing. I'll do this too. I know I'm giving these to Riri because she's doing a napkin swap, but I'll take one out. And whoever wins, I will send you the color book and one napkin. One napkin. And give you a chance to test out doing a napkin journal page, which, by the way, the napkin journal is sitting over here still drying while we're working on the color book, girls. Okay, so y'all think about a number. Remember, one number only. Let me go get the iPad. No numbers yet, Susan. Susan! We ought to just kick your little butt right out. No, I'm just kidding. I'll be right back. Let me get the iPad, guys. I'm going to let the cats in for a minute, but it's probably going to end up being out you go when I get to the paint. Okay, so I got random.org, and I'm going to set it here. We're not going to put the number in yet. Okay. Remember now, one number only. Now go. Well, we have a little cat visit. Everybody put in a number, one number only, closest without going over. I'll keep working here for another minute while everybody puts in their number. Everybody behave, because it's like herding cats. Isn't it? Isn't it, Malibu? It's like herding cats. Let's lay down here and let everybody see your face. There we go. There's the baby girl. Purr, purr, purr. Purr, purr, purr. Purr, purr, purr. Okay, you can go. All right, let's get off the table. We had to have a cat while we're herding cats. Okay, everybody get your number in. Getting ready to stop. Okay. Last chance. Last call for a number. Get it in there. After I type in stop, no more numbers count. Quickly, quickly. Come on, you stragglers. Get those stragglers. Yes, Leslie putting little cats. All right, everybody. Got it, got it. Last call. I mean, literally last call. Okay. Okay. So, no other numbers count now. That was it. All right, so here we go. We're going to generate between 1 and we're going to do 150. 150. Generate 69. 69. The closest to 69 without going over. Without going over. So everybody can go find out who it is. I wait for 3 or 4 confirmations. And get the book and the napkin. And whoever had 69 or the closest without going over. The first person closest, or the first person like on the nose. Thilda had it. Okay, so Thilda Hannah, you need to email me your address. Let me get here we go. Thilda Hannah had 69. She got 69 exactly. Okay, there you go, Thilda. So you need to email me your address and I'll send you the book and the napkin. Oh, you never win anything? Well, you won today. I always like it when new people win. It happens a lot. You know, new people win. Okay. So let me do a little bit more on these flowers here, guys. I'm just going to put a little bit of Shading on the flowers. Remember, we're working on a napkin journal. If you're just joining me here, I'll show you what we're working on. We glued into the napkin journal here. This is the background we're working with. So as soon as I get done working on these and cutting them out, we'll get back to painting this in. So congratulations, Hilda. That one was pretty easy, guys. That one didn't get too, I don't know, Monday. Maybe it's because now people are going to know how it works. You think, mods? People will know how it works and it'll be a little smoother. I don't know. It's easy compared to Monday for sure. Okay. All right, now I'm going to get some white. Get a little highlight on the flowers. And then I'll go back over it with the light pink to blend. Keeping it simple here. Okay, now going with the when else do I do that? Lily, I do every Monday and Wednesday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Monday and Wednesday morning, and the occasional Friday. I try to do like one Friday morning, same time, 9 a.m. I try to do one a month on Friday, but Monday and Wednesday for sure. Yeah, probably right, Julie Topaz. Yeah, that's true, Button. So, yeah. Again, I'm not caring if I go out of lines on the edges because I'm going to fussy cut it out or just even tear this edge. Torn edges are easier to blend than fussy cut it out edges. So if you do collage or mixed media where you're using images that you cut out, if you want to blend them in with paint, it's easier to do if you tear edges. But of course, I'm going to fussy cut this. Okay, so I think that's good. Let's do just a little bit of green here. I'm just going to put it all over something. Let's see. Okay, get dark green and this, can't see what it is, artichoke. Okay, so I just want to get a little bit of the stems. Again, I don't know how much is going to end up being cut off, but let's get a little green in there. Aw, Malibu's under my desk now, napping. Okay. All right, so let's take a minute and fussy cut her out. Where's my scissors? Take a minute. Scissors need to be cleaned. They're a little sticky. I was cutting sticker paper, cutting stickers out, and, it's gluey. Oh, thank you, TJ Birds. Like my coloring videos. Thank you. All right, so the thing I want to do down here is just on the edge. Down here, I'm going to just kind of tear. It's just easier to blend if you tear. Okay, now I'm going to finish fussy cutting. And turn your paper. I know that sounds like, doesn't everybody know how to cut? Turn your paper rather than your scissors. I mean, sometimes you have to get the scissors in there, like if I do right in here. But turn your paper rather than trying to move your scissors. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of go around those swirls. I'm not going to fussy cut out the swirl there like that. Those of you who are mods here, I can set up Facebook chat. I don't know. I don't have time. I don't have time. I mean, I just don't have time for a Facebook anything. I barely get over there every day. So I don't even think some of the mods are on Facebook. So I don't know. That's nice of you though, Ian, but I don't know. Seems like a lot of work. Everybody's always asked me to start a Facebook, like they call them a fan page, but whatever. I don't have time. I barely have time to get to the groups that I'm members of. It's too time consuming. I don't use Facebook, other than YouTube. Yeah, a lot of people don't. I think they're kind of getting like, Ian has, if y'all don't follow Ian, though, if you are on Facebook, follow Ian so you can see his awesome watercoloring. Don't you have a show coming up, Ian? I forget when it is. He's in the UK. All right, so I'm gonna leave those swirls in there for now. I might fill some in like with more hair, but get in here. Okay, so I'm gonna cut away this excess just so it's easier. Would you ever create your own? No, I'm not going to. And that's something that people go, why don't you make your own color book? Because I'll tell you why. There's like 1,000 out there right now. It just, and I'd have to, to think about how long it would take to make a color book. I mean, I imagine that the color book artists spend, months, if not a year, maybe more. I don't know how long they take to make a color book. And you have to almost do that exclusively. You'd have to almost do nothing else. I don't want to do nothing else but a color book. It just doesn't appeal to me enough. It's just not what I want to do full time. I don't want to do a color book. And it would be a full-time job to make a book. Anytime you want to make a book, it's a full-time job. Hey, Scoobs. You're doing your art festival, doing a painting a day up to the show and hope to sell them. Y'all check out Ian. Follow, or as I say, follow the awesomeness that is. Thanks, Bonnie. For those y'all just coming in, just doing a little color book page out of the book. I might fussy cut that out or paint that in. I don't know, because I'm going to paint over. We're still going to paint a lot of stuff out. Okay, so let me quickly do this little girl. I'm going to even go quicker. Oh, the sun's coming through, guys. I hope it's not too flashed out with the sun. I don't know. I try. Dee, what do you do with art? Oh, thanks, Katrina. Yeah, and I don't want to dedicate, months or a year of my life to just doing a color book. Okay, let me sharpen this pencil and let's get some shading again. We're going to do the same thing we did on the wing. We're just going to put some shading like this. Same thing in her hair. Let's just okay. Okay, now I'm going to get in there with a purple color, probably dark purple. And we're going to do the same thing we did with the blue. I think I'm going to make her wing come all the way up there. Like that. Finish her first abandoned place. Oh, Holly, good. Are you on Instagram or some Twitter, someplace that you post? I want to. That's the next thing I want to do. Probably next week. The first thing I'll do next week is I'm going to do another abandoned page. If y'all weren't here earlier when I talked about, I did send Kieran Connolly, the guy that did abandoned places and abandoned castles. I did him an original out of I tore a page out of abandoned castles and did a mixed media. I posted it on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook so y'all can see it because I sent him the original. And care of his publisher. Art piece. I'm going to do your first book sale at the library soon. I can't wait. Your first book sale at the library. What book? Art piece? Yeah, y'all can follow me. Thanks, Ian. Anybody can follow me on Facebook. All my art is public. I don't need to follow you or you follow me to go see. You just have to go find my albums, and all my art albums are public. So I have, I don't know how many, 6 or 8 albums of different art, what's on my art desk, or I think it's called art table. What's on my art table? I have my fan art, my portraits, my pet portraits, my random sketches. It's all public on Facebook. But I'm not trying to generate a big fan base on Facebook. I'm just saying, I don't even try. I don't even try on Facebook. I'm pretty much, I'm on Twitter and Instagram and I follow people there, but YouTube is where I do most of my chatting. This is where I talk. This is where I get to know you guys. You get to know me. It's all here. It's all on YouTube. Oh, all books free for charity. Oh, awesome. Art piece. Yeah, our library has library sales. I'm just going to put a little bit darker here. Every now and then. But I'm not sure if that's the same thing as what you're talking about. I mean, like for $1, $2, that kind. So they're practically free. All right, so now I'm going to get up in her hair here. Just do some shading in the back. Again, I'm not working on every curl because I want to get back to the art journal, to the napkin journal. We can put some highlights in it with the Posca if we need to. So anyway, I want to get back to the abandoned, and I forgot who it was that said they just did their first one. I didn't see the answer as to whether they have an IG or a Twitter. Just painted my black background and drew my angelfish and abandoned castles. You may as well say, oh, yeah. It's just so much to me. I've called it reverse collage, and that's what I've called it since we started it like 7 years ago. In that travel book, the one with Sean Connery. Oh my gosh! Speaking of Sean Connery, oh my gosh, guys, I don't know if it's going to show up on my phone. Let me send it over to. Let me iPad it. Or now maybe it'll show up. I'll try. Somebody posted this picture. Y'all know I love me some Sean Connery. Y'all know I love me some Sean Connery. Somebody posted this picture. Let me find it. I don't know if it'll show up, but oh my gosh. Oh honey. Oh honey. Let's take a Sean moment here. The abandoned books that I have, Katrina, I have abandoned places, abandoned castles, abandoned, it's not theme, what's it called? Theme parks, abandoned, yeah, abandoned theme parks, forgotten heritage, and abandoned America. Abandoned places and abandoned castles are the ones by Kieran Connolly, and he's coming out with another one. I think in the fall. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to go back with the hot pink and just kind of blend in. Then I'll probably go in here with some Posca on her hair, make it easier. Because I don't want to take all day. We still have to do the, we still have to do the painting in part. So I'm just going to kind of get this all blended together. Then I'm going to put some swirls on top of it with the Posca. Okay, so now let's blend in her wing. Let me quickly do her body. It got really bright, didn't it? You need the cougar sound. There's probably not too many people that are, not too many women older than him anymore. We tease Terry trouble. We make her the cougar because she has a little crush on Jazza, who's way, well, I don't say way younger than her, but and her husband's younger than her. So we tease Terry in a good way. Okay, now let's do her skin. And again, I think I'll have her have lime green eyes. So let's put some green in her eyes. And then with the pen, where'd that pen go? Here. Let's do her pupils. Do a little bit of shading. I gotta clean the nib off here because it will pick up the wax. All right, let's do a moss green like color. Okay. Again, not taking a lot of time here. It's just like she has like scales, like mermaid scales or something. Hey, Angel Bear. Sharpening. Getting there, guys. Trying to kind of get crack-a-lack in here. Remember, put it in caps if you want me to see it. Okay, now let's go back with the lime green and do some blending. Remember, you're picking up dark color there, so you want to clean that off your tip. You like the little pixie? Oh, thanks, Eileen. I'm almost done here. Get these darker areas blended. Again, not really going too detailed, just getting her colored in so we can put them in the napkin journal. So everybody's going to have, does anybody else have like a long week? I know the highway is like, I live kind of like not too far off the highway, and it gets really bad because it's like the only way to Florida and Savannah. It gets backed up. And so there we go. Okay, I think what it is, the sun is really bright. Let me block the sun here. The sun is like beating down in here, and it's really glaring. Put my black board up there. There we go. Should have done that an hour ago, I think. All right. So let's fussy cut her. Again, I'm going to tear the bottom so I can blend her in with the flowers. So this might be a little tedious for some, but it's a necessary step in the process. Oh, I was going to do a Posca in her hair. So we'll do that in a minute. And so again, you don't have to use color book images in your journal or your napkin journal, but it's a way to use your color book images that are not in like your expensive. I'm not talking about cutting out in your Hannah Carlzon or, but like the one-sided, like this is a one-sided color book with, it's not like a story. It's just like random images. And I mean, like I take out the pages out of my Jasmine Beckett, my Bennett Klein. I take all those pages out of the book and put them in a binder. And then you have some books that just have random images in them, like this fairy book. You might as well use them. I want to put some dark lashes on her. Okay. Let's get back in their eyes there. What book are they from? Yeah, that's okay. I'll show it again. It's from The Enchanted Creatures by Grazia Salvo. I did a flip through earlier. I've done a flip through a few times since I got it. And it's just like all different little fairies. So we picked 2 pages out, these 2, colored them, cut them out, and now they're going to go into a napkin journal. So let's, I need my white Posca. Where is it? So I'll do this one first. So I'm just going to put some extra swirls. Let me get this going here. I'm going to just kind of go over some of the swirls in her curls in her hair. Not even trying to necessarily go over the exact ones. And you can take more time. Again, I'm kind of hurrying so we can get the stuck in the journal. And maybe you already have some pages like these that are colored already and you don't know what to do with them. Well, then this is an idea what you can do with them. Okay. When you use a color book pages for napkin journals or paper thin, look, is the paper thin? Yeah, well, most of the ones that you want to cut out of that have like one-sided pages, like create space paper, that kind of, but it doesn't have to be thin. It doesn't have to be. I've used some thicker ones too. It's just that these are the pages that I'm more apt to cut out, directly cut out of the book, you know? Bits of pages. And you can always just make random flyaways too. So you can do random little hairs cutting across the face. Have a random. Now you don't do these random little hairs till you're completely done coloring whatever else you're coloring, because you're going to cut across the page. You want to have whatever's colored underneath done. Okay. All right. Let's see. I think I'm going to put a few little white, extra little white dots. Okay. I got to go get some coffee, guys, before I start on the journal. I got to have something to drink. So let me just leave these here for a second and take a quick minute and go get something. I'll be right back, guys. Give me a moment. Okay. Coffee and an oatmeal cookie. Thanks, guys. Hey, Melissa, Sabrina. Okay. Move all my pencils. some room here. I'll make room for the art journal. Backing out. So you can see how little these were that we're cutting out. They're pretty small. All right, let's move the sketchbook. I'm going to keep the paper, the wax paper on the underneath the pages while I do the painting. Okay. The green fairy was dancing. Was it? While I was gone, it was blowing in the wind. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the idea was to have her up here and her down here. Now, part of her wing, I mean, they're going to have to cut it and move it over here or just like get rid of it. Nah, I'll probably cut it and move it. Okay. So I don't usually use my matte medium over the top of my girls. This is where I want them, but I got to paint some background first. I could go the lake, but because I have this sinus headache kind of thing, pressure, it's really behind my eyes. I probably won't go. What size tips? Oh, the fine point on the Posca? Yeah, fine. Okay, so that's where they're going to go. But in the meantime, I want to do some background first. So I think I'm going to have them like in a dark woods. I love me some black. Y'all know that. So I'm probably going to start with that. I need to get me another dry palette here. Let's move I'm not going to glue anything else with. I'll just glue her down with just some Eileen's tacky. Okay. I'm thinking, what am I looking for? What was I looking for? Looking for something. Oh, some baby wipes. And I just use Huggies baby wipes. See the pencils over there. I'll make it through. Gotta keep shuffling things around. Okay. So I usually start with something in the background. Sometimes it's black. Again, if you missed, I'll show the other pages I've done in the book. Again, a little bit of another flip, but I did show it at the beginning. The weather is hot and humid. But I slept with the fan blowing in my face all night, so that kind of like just made my sinuses like, yeah. But I'm soldiering on here. All right, so you know what? Maybe I'll use the Prussian blue. Let's see if that'll be dark enough. I may or may not think so. So I'm going to put out some Prussian blue. And I usually, and remember, I've got wax paper all around the edges. And let's just see. Yeah, that might work. So I'm going to start with just finger painting. So while it's wet like this, remember, everything's covered with matte medium. So while it's got matte medium on there, I can take a baby wipe and I can kind of feather this in so it kind of looks like they're going to be in a dark forest area. So I'm just going to kind of blend it with my finger, back and forth between my finger and a baby wipe. I'm going to get it nice and blended in first. Can always get it darker. So this is what we're going to start with. Eileen's tacky. Yeah. Yes, Eileen's tacky. Yeah. And I might put a little bit of black around the edges too. We'll see. So I'm just going to kind of, because I'm going to want it real dark on the edges. So let's just start with the blue though. Give me a minute. I know it looks like a hot mess, but we'll make it work. Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah, give me some thumbs up. That'd be great. So I'm just going to kind of get in a background color. And then I think I'm going to go black right along that very edges. But this is how you blend in. You blend in your napkins with paint. Okay, so I'm going to get all that. Okay. So there's a start. Okay, now get some black. I know it looks like a hot mess, but wait for it, wait for it. And it is a little bright. I could probably turn down the brightness. Hang on. There we go. It's a little better. Okay. Right now I'm going to go right along the very edges. Have you ever got subscription artists? No, I haven't got any of those. The Scrawler box and Sketchbox. Are those the ones you're talking about? No, I never got any of those. I'll tell you one of the main reasons why is I probably have everything that they have in them or something so similar. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know that they're going to give me anything new that I don't already have. You're welcome, RPs. Well, I don't very often, but we do a little everything. We've done ATCs and art cards. I haven't done art cards in a while. You know, it's just hard to get to do everything, right? Because there's so much we want to do. But we do a little everything. And I try to rotate it around so we, you know, do different things off and on. All right, now I'm going to get a clean baby wipe. And I'm going to just do a little bit more softening And you just have to keep moving the baby wipe to a clean spot. Because I'm picking up paint. So I'm going to start with this. And you go through a lot of baby wipes in mixed media. Okay. All right, let's just see what else I want to. Oh, let's get in there. Hey, Mr. Q. All right, more baby wipes. Okay. Now. All right, so I think now I'm okay to move the paper because I've already got the edges done. It's when you're doing the edges, gluing and painting the edges, that you want to make sure you're not gluing your book together. And it'll curl a little on the edge, but that's okay. All right, now I'm going to dry this just so I don't, just because I want to dry it. Thanks, Ian. Ian's put my IG and oh no, you guys are awesome. Now I think I'm going to splatter some pink, maybe pink and yellow. Let's go with pink. And I'm using Razzleberry and Moon Yellow. So I'm going to put those down and I'm going to wet it and get me a brush. Just use these, the Chinese calligraphy brushes because they're soft and flexible. But any kind of floppy brush will work, fan brush. All right, so let's start with the pink. Get it kind of thin. Okay, and I'm going to splatter like there's a little bit thinner even. Like little flower buds or whatever. I'm going to do 2 or 3 colors just to make it look like there's all kinds of little buds and stuff in the background. Okay, and that's, I don't know how much you can see, but see, it makes a mess. Can you set the heat gun? No, it's one heat. There's no settings on the heat gun. I mean, maybe they make some new ones now that do. Mine's 25 years old. Same one, the Marvy Cheetah, back when they first came out. All right, now I'm going to clean my brush. And I shouldn't have got that close. Okay, I want to keep it separate there. Get a little bit. Let me add a little bit of white to that too. Lighten it up just a tad. If I get too much, I can wipe some back. But can you have too much of this? I'm going to put branches too after we glue the girls down. I'm going to draw some branches and I don't know what else yet. All right. Okay, let's get up some of this around me here. All right, now let's see. It does take a little bit longer to dry all those dots. Okay. Hi, Barb. I don't know which Barb it was. It was Barb Owen. Don't forget, guys, to watch Barb on Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern. Barb Owen. Let's make a mess. We're making a mess today. Let's make a mess today. We're doing our best to make a mess. So it does take a little minute to get those dots dry because it's thicker, you know. I mean, even though it's watered down, but it's still on there thicker. And thanks, Mods, for hanging out today. And I hope everybody's having a good 4th hump day again. Here's Phil, Mike, 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 Mike. We gave him a little red, white, and blue sash. Oh, hey, Ben. I didn't see Ben come in. He must not have put it in caps. Ben, by the way, just did a haul video. If y'all don't know Cinderblock Studio Ben. Cinderblock Studio Ben, he just got a Blick order and he did a live stream. I don't remember what day the live stream actually he did live, but you know, it's recorded. And he has a Blick order that he got in, and it was fun. It's always fun to see a Blick haul. All right, now I think one other thing I'm going to do is maybe with a little of my, and this is Craft Smart, and the reason I'm using Craft Smart is I couldn't find my olive green in my Americana, but I'm going to put a little bit of this and a little bit of my Irish moss and kind of put both colors there kind of side by side and get my palette knife. I don't know where my red one is. I have a red one that's like my favorite, but I don't know where it is at the moment. So this is a new one. I haven't even used it yet. So I'm going to pick up a couple colors. Your heat gun cracks my mind because it's so like jacked up. So I'm going to get a little on here. Let's see. And I want to be kind of, I think I got too much of the light. Let's stick with mostly the dark green. Because what I want to do is kind of scruffy in to some moss like. Okay. And I'm doing it. This is a new palette knife with no paint built up on it. So, you know, it's always better when you got the paint build up on it. But I'm just kind of trying to like palette knife in with a couple of greens to make it look like just some moss and stuff growing around. You love your blood. Yeah. Oh, here comes one of the babies. Oh, one of them sitting on a paper under there. Okay. So I'm just kind of, it just makes everything more cohesive. And if you get somewhere you don't want it or you get too much, take your baby wipe while it's still wet and just kind of, you know, smear it, pat it, you know, make it look grassy or mossy or, you know, just kind of spread it, you know, like that. Hey, Darcy Glam, you must be off today. Or you on call or whatever. So I'm just going to put some here and there. Especially on the edges. See those sharp edges? You know, sharp edges like that. That's good to get some there. And while it's wet, you know, just kind of tap it in, blend it lightly, move it around. See, kind of see how we're going there? So you're starting to blend everything in with paint. You can do this with the brush too. I just like the randomness of a palette knife. it's not perfect, and it's scratchy, and it's not perfect. So I like that about a palette knife. So I'm just going to get some going around all over the place here. Get a little bit lighter over in here, and then take my baby wipe again and just kind of. So, you might see a lot, well, you will probably see a lot less of the napkin, but it's there. It's under there. It's a layer. It's in there, people. Maybe add a little bit more green in some of those light areas. When there is a mess, you have a good time. That's right, Kim. Yeah, you got to be fearless, guys. You got to. You just can't be afraid. I mean, look at it. It's only paint and paper and a napkin, for goodness sake. Don't like you, if you're afraid, you won't experiment. Now, of course, I've done, tons of now. But there was a point, there was my first napkin somewhere at some point, right? All right, so now let's go ahead and dry this. I'll do another flip through the book in a minute. Oh, we did a pretty good time. We've only been here 3 hours. In the first 15 minutes, we're always saying hi to everybody. So now, when we take our girls, and I'm going to glue them down so they won't be curly. They won't be curled up. She's going to go there, and then I'll paint her. I'll paint her in. She's going to be right in there, and she is going to be right in here. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. And again, I don't like to go in the crack. I'll go ahead and do it today, but I really, if it was much more than this, just this tiny bit. Actually, you know what? I don't know if I even could just cut that. I'll go ahead and glue it down. But if it's any more than just that little bit, if it's a big area, like if I was gluing her here, I'd cut her and separate the parts so that you don't have to glue across the ditch. So I'm just going to use my Aleene's Tacky, and I'll just I have this little palette here that we were using earlier, and I'm going to squeeze out. Let me just take the lid off. It'll be easier. So I'm just going to put out a little bit of Aleene's Tacky here. And y'all know it just rolls off your finger. So I got a blob of it right here. And I'm going to turn her over. Where's one of my wax? Let me get my wax paper here. And I'm going to smooth out the glue all the way to the edge. Now, be careful if you have little tiny edges that might tear off. Be careful of that. But I'm just going to put Aleene's Tacky. See, like almost pull that little piece of hair off there. And I'm just going to put a nice thin, well, it's not really that thin. I mean, tacky glue's kind of thick, but it's a even coat, I should say. No bump. Don't just roll your tacky glue on there and smack it on, because you'll have rolled bumps in there. All right, so now I want her kind of right there. Can only get me a clean baby wipe. So I'll paint on it. Just kind of get her glued down there. And if you miss a spot, you might have to get back in there with your finger and, Hey, Jean. Our best ever showing of soccer for our men was the. So did Canada do good in the soccer? I'm not keeping up with the World Cup, Jean, but congratulations if Canada's doing well. Can you see the redhead girl at the top of the left-hand page? Redhead girl. Over here? No. I mean, I guess maybe you can make one out in there. Okay, so now let's glue this. Again, got my glue here. And I want to, you really want to make sure you go all the way to the edge. The edges are important to get glued down because you're going on top of a bumpy napkin. And that's the reason you don't want to glue her down and then color her because the napkin is bumpy. It's texture. She's curling on me. Okay, so get it all the way to the edge. All right, get rid of this. It's easier if you just kind of work with the damp baby wipe to get her smushed. And again, I'm going to go in the crack against my better judgment there. Because when you open and close the book a lot, that's going to tear eventually. Okay, this little wing there. And if you're careful, you can take a card. Clean one. You can take a gift card and, you can kind of be gentle though. You don't want to scrape your image off, your color off, but you can smooth it all down if need be. Mine's pretty laid down there. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and dry this. And now I missed a couple spots like right here. I need a little more glue. And because it's bumpy, you might have to go back and, catch a couple little edges. You might, points or something that didn't quite get glued down on the bumpy napkin. So there's our page so far. So now what you can, at this point is when you can add details. So let's make sure it's dry. Hang on. So now we'll get a brush. And there's my palette knife. What's in there with my brushes? Okay, so now I'm just going to get a small brush. Let's see what's on here. And now we can start playing with some details. Let me move the glue, move the baby wipes. Okay. So maybe get in here like around her hair, little. I'll zoom in again, guys. Okay, so but now we get to do some detailing. Okay, so like we might get in here around her hair and kind of paint them in a little even more so. Like maybe right in there. And then we'll go in there with some pencil and other things. So any place that you see needs some areas that you want to blend in. And then here, like on her body here, maybe even just pick some up, like the edge. That's why the torn edge is much easier to blend that torn edge in. Same thing for her down here. It's going to be much easier for me to take and just pick up some paint and blend this in because the edge is torn. Now I think I need to do a little more splatter right there just to make her even blend in a little more. Oops, got a little bit of paint there. Okay, and we can add some branches, some more little doolollies. We can put some halo like glow around them. Do that. So I'm just kind of looking around here. Dee, her face is between the two red flowers. You're seeing a face in there? That happens a lot. You see, you'll see. And then you just kind of scruff and paint and play. All right, now I think I'll get in. Let me add a little bit of white to that pink and make it really light pink there. And just kind of gently add a few more little splatters where I put extra paint. And then we'll put in some little twigs and stuff. But I want to look very foresty, very, a lot of detail in there. Okay, let's dry this. We'll add some glow around with a pencil. Okay, I see the face now. Yeah, it looks like there's her eyes, her mouth. Well, then maybe she's a hidden fairy. I see her coloring down under. I see what you're talking about. Do you want me to exaggerate her and make her into something? Thanks, Kim. Thanks, guys. So again, I'll show you all the pages here in a minute. You really want to make sure those little dots and everything are dry. It'll take a minute. So they're still wet. So I got to be kind of careful. All right. So now, clean that brush out. Trying to make some space. All right. Pencil. I feel a cat under my foot. Hey there, baby. Hey there, little girl. She's napping. That's what happens when she gets up at 3 o'clock in the morning and starts jumping all over the house. And her brother. Okay. Hey, Connie. Well, Connie, thank you for the book. We did a giveaway earlier. I don't know if you were here. One of the girls won your book, the extra one you sent. So, all right, let me move all the paints out of the way. More brushes, more paints. I sharpen my pencil here. A little fairy, yeah, a little baby fairy. Yeah, see, there's her. This can be her little cheeks. Are y'all seeing her? Can y'all see her? There's her little. That'll be her little neck here, and then some green. She's peeking out back there. We'll keep her subtle. There you go. Does that make you happy? I think she's a little sister fairy spying on her big sisters. Yeah, could be, Jean. That's good. Okay, now I'm going to take the white. This is still wet, so let me just dry a little bit more, guys. My dots are still really wet. Little manga girl, redhead. Yeah, she does look a little manga-ish. Speaking of manga, I need to get my pop manga book back out. I'm loving the pop manga again. The next time I watch, I will be on time. Okay, thank you. Yeah, you'll be in Georgia. When do you leave, Connie, to head this way? Okay, I'm going to take my white pencil and start kind of glowing around the girls. When are you? When are you coming? When are you leaving to Georgia? I know it's like now, but today? Okay, well, drive careful. Are you flying or driving? I didn't get the answer the last time we talked. I never saw if you were flying or driving, like you hauling it or what. So then, and I'll also go back in here with a few more Posca swirls. All right, so I'm just going to, because remember there's acrylic paint here. Because there's acrylic paint, I'm able to do this with pencil. This would not stick on shiny paper or anything like that. See, I didn't get her head glued down right there. Where's my glue? Where's my glue? Go back to the glue here. Got to get her little hair glued down. Thank you. Thanks, guys. It says, thank you. You're driving and pulling everything you own behind me. Okay, well, that's what I was thinking you were going to do, Connie. Drive careful. It's probably better that you're leaving like not on the beginning or the end of the holiday, so that hopefully everybody's where they're going to be. And if this is too white, you can go back, knock it back with some green. You don't have to add this at all if you don't want to. So, and I'm going to put some extra little lines around her little wings there. Just want a little bit. And this is the kind of stuff that you just kind of want to take your time and fiddle. Fiddle. Well, be careful, Connie. Make sure you tweet us when you get there, or tweet us along the way. Take some pictures. Tweet along the way. So I think I'm going to add some branches and things in here. But this is the time that you just want to kind of, this is the time where I sit and I go, shh, 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 shh. Just get calm and mellow and get all the little details. That one needs to be darker green right there. Can go back over it. Maybe I'll go back a little bit with her with light blue and maybe her a light green. We'll see. Because I'm still going to put some branches and stuff in here. So just make sure everything's dry. You can't go on top of stuff like this wet, you know? You like the glow? Good. Okay. Again, if it's too white, if you don't like a white glow, um, I would still recommend doing the white first, just so that it shows up better. But then you can go back over it. Like with her, I wanted like a light blue. So you take your blue and just kind of knock back the white. So it doesn't have to be pure white. It can be a blue glow. You can also do this with paint on a baby wipe. Y'all know how I do mist. Maybe I'll do a little mist somewhere just so y'all can see how I do that. So I'm just kind of knocking back the white pencil and making it a blue glow. But the white will make it nice and vibrant. So I would recommend doing the white first and then going back over it with whatever color and just kind of feathering it out. Do y'all like that? Oh, thanks, Kim. Thanks, guys. Isn't that fun? And it does take a little minute, it does take, you got to glue the napkin down and then you got to paint, color the images separate and cut them out and glue them down and then start blending everything in. And I'm going to paint a few little branches swirling through. I'll get out a liner brush for that. Okay, now let's do the green girl. And again, I'm going to go around her with the white first. Sharpen. Hey, Tuan from Vietnam. Does that rhyme? Okay, I missed a little curl there. Let me glue that little curl down there. I put some glue on my finger. Glue that little curl. Welcome. So nice. And we can have people from all over the world visiting our art, hanging out, chatting. Everybody will make you feel at home. We can't read it, but thanks, Kathy. Could even put a little glow around the bird if we want. Do a little mist and some branches. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to take green. This may be too dark. Might want the citron green. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll want the citron green. So now I'm going to go over the white and give her a green glow. Third fairy is pretty. Joe, should I make her glow or should I keep her hidden? What do y'all think? Should we make her glow hidden? Keep her hidden? I think she needs to stay hidden. So what do y'all think? All right, so now a couple other things. I'm going to do a little touch up. I'm going to give them a little highlights in their hair. So, and on their wings here. So any place that I want just a little extra, like there's not all these curls on her wing normally, but I'm going to put a couple curls there, maybe a little highlight on the top of her wing there, a little extra white highlight. Same thing for this wing. Couple little swirls on the tips of her wings. And then again, this is where you can take her hair and kind of keep, go off the page with the hair or off the color book image and carry it off. Add more swirls in her hair, curls. More details coming off. Go around. You can do more around the wings if you want them to even be brighter on the edges. You do whatever you want, maybe on the tips of the flowers. I would not recommend trying to pencil though, especially if this is a very thin paper. You try to pencil anything and you're going to just pick up the texture of the napkin underneath. The other thing I think I want to do is maybe a couple little stamen type things coming out of the flower here. But you can do it with a Posca pen. Here. And add some of those details with paint. See, like that. You're welcome. Bye, Terry. Have a good weekend or week. Terry's procedure was put off. Some of y'all know. So just keep Terry in your prayers and anybody else y'all know dealing with things. Okay. So did that. I'm going to do a little bit more up there, and then I'm going to put some branches. I'm going to get a liner brush out and do some swirly bits. Okay. So like some of her hair can actually get off of her color book image, right? And swirl out into the background. It's bumpy. I'm going over bumpy napkin. But with the Posca, you can do that. Or you could do it with a brush, if for that matter. So I'm just going to add a few extra little curls going this way and that. And again, maybe a little extra highlight on her wing. And the tip might curl up even more dramatically. Thanks, guys. Watch it. Yeah, I'll do another quick flip through the whole book in just a second. Let me just get a little bit more done here. And remember, guys, too, when I do a long video like this, 3 hours or so, and I save the chat, when I'm done, the video it can take up to an hour and a half to fully render. So for the first, it goes up immediately, but the chat may not go up immediately, and you may only see an hour and a half of the show until an hour in. So after I'm done streaming, give YouTube about an hour and a half to fully render the video so that you can see the chat and the full video, right? Because otherwise, you might only see an hour and a half of it. Should take a commission because I was the one that made Dee Dee start up. Yes, you were, Jean. Jean was the one that made me start uploading to YouTube about 5 years ago. I didn't, for first 2.5, 3 years on Ustream, I did not upload to YouTube. And Jean made me start uploading to YouTube. And now, of course, now we have live here. And so, yeah, we're doing everything over here now. Okay, maybe a little highlight on her lips. Maybe a little highlight on her ear. She needs a little bit bright on her nose. Maybe her chin. Maybe a little on her cheeks. Let's give her a little more cheekbone. Make sure it's dry. Didn't let that one dry. Wow. Don't want to get it bumpy. All right, I think I want a little bit of highlight on her shoulder too. Now I'm going to get a liner brush out. Some dark green, I think. Maybe even do some black. And do a little bit of swirl of some stems. Your video from Monday is not going through. It's been deleted. What? My video's up from Monday. Now, I did a test, Angela. I did a 10, 15 second test. I deleted that. But the Monday's video is there. The 3.5 hour video from Monday, it's there. The test was deleted. Yeah. Okay, so now let me get, there's some black right there. I think that's either black or, no, that was dark blue. Let's get black here. A little bit of black. And a liner brush. Let me look here. Where's my liner brush? I haven't used it in a while. Let me find the bucket where the liner brushes are. Is it? No, it's not in that one. Is it in this one? Where did I put my liner brush? That one's not quite a liner. It's long, but it's not a liner, but okay. So I just want a tiny bit of water. Just water it down just a little. This one, usually when I have a long liner brush, I'll do it on my hand and get it nice and pointy. But this one's not that long, so I don't think I need to pointy it up very much. I think it's okay. So, like for instance, I'll get a stem going here. A couple of stems might be. And it might just kind of be faded in a little. Maybe a little swirls, maybe some little swirls here and there. Just down here in some of these dark areas. It's too much. Just to give it a little more oomph. So I don't know if anybody else is streaming today. If they are, tell everybody now so that they can come watch. Because I'm almost about done wrapping this up. So if anybody wants to stream, speak now. Jean's finally home. I don't know if Joyce is streaming on Ustream today or not. She hasn't moved over to YouTube. You too, Pamela. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Little more water. They don't have to be swirls. They could just be blades of grass. You know? I just thought it would give it a little bit more punch to have some of these little swirls around the edge. Shauna's going to stream. Okay, well, somebody put her link in there. Whoever wants to go watch Shauna. Yeah, I haven't seen anything from Joyce. And oh, thanks, Hilda. Thank you. And congratulations on winning the other color book. Make sure, if you haven't already, email me your address so I can get that out. I'll probably try to get it out by Friday. I already mailed out the Monday things. Did that yesterday. I wanted to Kieran Connolly, the page we did. I say we. If y'all are hanging out with me, it's always a we. All right, so I'm just kind of going all the way around and just putting a few little swirls. Nothing, just a couple little. Kind of curl the page in, and I'll post a picture here in a few minutes as soon as we're done on Twitter, maybe Instagram here. So I'm just putting little swirly bits around the edges. Okay. Thanks, Mary. Thanks, Mary. That's what you did. Love you. Said thank you, Shauna. Okay, I think we should say it's done. I mean, I could fiddle. I could fiddle even more, but I think that's pretty good. Maybe another little swirl over here. There we go. All right, guys, let me back out the camera one so you can kind of see. There we go. So there we go. That's the napkin. Oh, let me dry and do a quick little flip. I'll just show you some of the finished pages in case you weren't here at the beginning. Oh, yeah, that might be a good idea. Some branches under the birds. Yeah, let me go ahead and do that. That might be a good idea. Let's have one on this way. So they're sitting on something? Yeah, that's a good idea. How's that, guys? So they don't look like they're floating. It could be, though. It's fairy world. They could be floating. All right. All right. So again, I've got to fix the spine of the book because, yeah, don't store your extra napkins in your book. So if there's nothing there, then you just know it's just a napkin in the beginning. And then color book pages. I already talked about what books that most of these were from and all. So I'll just do the flip. I won't talk about them. So just so you can see, although there are stickles. Oh, that maybe I need some stickles on the wings. Let me see if I can capture on the seahorse there. Some stickles. Maybe there you go. You see it in her hair? That's stickles there. There are stickles on some pages. Whoops, nothing there. She's hiding in the trees, coloring down under. She's hanging in the branches, or she's hanging in behind the. So that's all napkin, ready to get something on them. But it all started the same way, just gluing down the napkin, adding an image. It doesn't have to be a color book image. I just found that it's a way to use up your color book images that you don't. This one's got a lot of stickles in it too. So it's a way to use up your color book pages that don't really have a home. Thanks, Heather. Thanks, Diana. Another adventure. Yeah, we have lots of adventures. These were the Jane Davenport napkins. And we have a couple of blank pages there. And again, another one with lots of stickles on the sunflower. Those sunflowers are napkins. And here's the one we did today. No stickles on it. Wings are crying out for stickles. Y'all want me to put stickles? I'll put stickles on it if you want me to. This one's got stickles. Okay, so let's go back. We'll put some stickles on it. Where is she? It's this way, I think. Okay. All right, let me get some stickles. And I got some purple in here. I'll put some purple. I'm just going to kind of smear it around. I'm not going to put it solid. What I'll do is I'll just take it and I'll just put some on there. And then I'll just kind of mash it around with my finger just to give it like a little bit of a glow, you know? I'll put a little bit in her hair too. Hang on, I'll hold it up so you can see. Of course, it doesn't photograph well. You have to almost do a separate photograph by the side. Okay, now her, let's go with some, let's see about this. That one's almost empty. What about gold? I think some of these are kind of getting empty. Let me get my other tray out. Or I could just go with clear. Some of these are, I'm getting low on some of these. I try to replace them every now and then. But let's see. Let me get another. These were, my old vacuum cleaner used to have filters. The kind I have now doesn't have filters in it. It just has the like big things and swirly things that you just empty. But my old vacuum cleaner had these filters that were this shape, and they're the perfect size for stickles. I remember I didn't have a clue what you guys were talking about most of the time. Connie. Okay, so let's see. Let's go with, well, I don't know. I'm kind of liking this bronzy kind. Let's see how dark that is. Yep, that's going to be too dark. I better go with gold. I don't want to cover it up. So let's go with gold. Where's I had a baby wipe here. So I'm just going to put gold down and just kind of smear it out just to give it a shimmer. It does add a little oomph, I gotta say. Anytime you add stickles, you just can't go wrong. Well, maybe you could, but it's hard to go wrong. And then I'm gonna put some in her hair. Go a little off the edge there, might be kind of pretty. Okay, a little bit more up here. All right, so let me hold this up now so you can see. I can see at an angle, so I know where I need some. All right. Okay. What about the redhead girl? I think I'm going to put a little bit of red magenta in her hair. Just a little bit. Just so you kind of know she's back there. Okay. See it. Now I need to start a napkin journal. Okay, so wait for it. Wait for it. There we go. See the pink hair and the pink wing glowing there. Trying to get it, capture the light. There we go. Now let's do the girl with the gold. Let's see if I can get the glitter to shine. There we go. See the glitter shine on the wings. It's subtle. There we go. Right there. You just have to get the light just right. And then the little girl up here with the red head. See? Okay. So there we go, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed it. It was fun. It was fun to do this one for you guys. Thanks, everybody. Now remember, give it an hour or maybe two before the video's fully rendered if you go back to it. But I think everybody's going to Shauna's. So All right, guys. Y'all have a great 4th of July. Mike, 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 Mike. You're welcome, guys. Y'all have a great day. Thanks, everybody. Bye bye.